This glorious take right here is why we can't have nice things, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, we have found the stupidest person of 2020. I thought it was going to be somebody else. I really did. But no, Lord, oh no, we have found it. This is the stupidest person in the confines of the entertainment industry. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Alex Huntington. If I butcher that name, this is the only part where I do apologize. I am sorry, at least for that. Everything else, I am not sorry one damn bit. I will go on. That this person, in his infinite wisdom, where we are today, as we talk about video games, as we talk about music, as we talk about entertainment, as relation to streaming, and I think he would also agree with video archiving, as I look at YouTube as well. Hi, everybody. That we are doing it wrong, ladies and gentlemen. All this time, all these years, we have been doing it wrong. We have been siphoning money from from the creators, from the publishers. How dare we? This is why the publishers are going bankrupt. It is our fault. It is us, the creators, the fault. Because with us, they simply cannot survive. sorry, sorry. They cannot survive. They can't. Sorry. I simply cannot spout bullshit like he can. I'm sorry. Basically, Alex here, my my dear fellow human Alex. Well, I'll just show you right now. Um, and I quote, when in relations to everybody in up in arms about the music on Twitch, goes, the real truth is that streamers should be paying the developers and publishers of games they stream. They should be buying a license like any real business and paying for the contents they use. And unquote. Okay, as my brain also had to take an extra second to process this. I need to address dear poor misguided Alex, because you've been smoking a little too much of the I don't give a shit. Believe me, it's a good thing. I also partake in the I don't give a shit either. But Alex, you are aware that if this happens and we do get this kind of thing or close to it happen, the streaming will die, right? Not only streaming, YouTubing and Let's Plays and all that other stuff will die. Now you may not care right now, right? But I know that you work on Stadia, that you care a little bit about the gaming industry. Let me go ahead and break this down even further. Streaming and video archiving of gameplay like YouTube and Let's Plays and that kind of thing is the new source of spreading information about the new happenings. It is the lifeblood of gaming right now. Whether you pay an influencer to advertise the game or not, what you want is you want your game to show on the front of the page where people go, ooh, a new shiny, I must go and play that. Instead, you want to take that away where most people are not watching TV, most people are not watching ads, most people are not reading magazines anymore. I'd be surprised if anybody knows what a magazine is anymore. Like the old methods of getting advertising out the way you could before is gone. And by the way, before you go there, most people don't give a damn about the old uh, game journalists because that has proven for many years now to be a laughing stock. Most people hate game journalists now. So you are left what you are left with is individual creators spreading the word. That is your bread and butter. To shut that down outright and forthright, and we'll talk a little bit about whether or not they can or not. To shut that down outright and forthright is to commit career genocide. You might as well, all the studios at that point might as well shut their doors and say, you know what? We're going to pull Konami. We're just going to make pachinko machines now, and we're going to make closing line because nobody's going to know what the fuck we're doing anymore. Because we can't advertise anyway. No. And by the way, if you shut down streaming and video archiving with video games, guess what? Guess what? Nobody's gonna care. A vast majority of people in the mainstream, which is what most gaming want to go for now, aren't going to care because it's not the cool thing to do anymore. It'll go right back to where it was, where it's only the most die-hard followers of any kind of gamer hobby really sticks in, and then that's not going to be enough to fuel the multi-billion-dollar gaming industry anymore, and we're going to have a gaming crash because this. And credit to credit's due, most people they're in charge of their company look at you and go, no, no. We ain't doing that, Sam. No. I don't know where I got Sam, but whatever. They recognize how stupid you're being now, so they go, no. You've been sipping the Kool-Aid a little too strongly. Now, here's the thing. Can video game companies or publishers actually do this? The scary part is, yeah. And I'll tell you what, to tell you why the reason they do this is, and it's really screwed up the way they do it. Due to legal wording from what I've always seen, and granted, disclaimer, I'm not a lawyer, the way I understand it from every terms of service and legal documentation I've ever read is that some of them do clarify that you can stream the game however you want, and then it's been about 50-50 the ones I read and the one I didn't. The ones I read are about 50-50, and there's a ton of them that I didn't read. So take this with a grain of salt. Some of them say, yeah, sure, stream them all you want. The other ones go, we don't say anything. Yeah. We don't say you can, we don't say you can't. And here's the reason why they do that. The reason why is so they can cover their ass and go, hey, we don't like that one creator. Let's go ahead and denounce their privileges, and we will then silence them. That's why they do it. That's also why sometimes when you review things, you have to. We don't have to, but that's why a lot of people try to be not so brutally honest, let's say, and they kind of pad their words. No, another way to say it. So, can they do it? Yes. Do they do it? No. Because, let's be honest, the closest thing we saw with this was when Nintendo said, you know what? No, 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 no. You're not going to play Nintendo games on YouTube unless you basically join our little club on YouTube and you basically don't make jack squat for money. Which got a lot of coverage. Everybody saw through that. Everybody called that a big steaming pile of crap. And a lot of people just quit streaming the game. And a lot of people did like me and just quit buying Nintendo stuff. Because why bother buying it if you can't use it? Which brings me to my next thing. If this goes through and we have to get a license for every individual game we want to play, guess what? Not only is a ton of streamers going to go away, and I want to say dearly most of them, but guess what? A lot of streamers just are not going to buy a lot of games. And there's going to be a lot of just people not buying a lot of extra games because you know what fuels a lot of game sales now? Hey, I don't want this game necessarily. I wouldn't normally play this game, but hey, this looks like a fun game to play on stream. Truth. This comes to tuition, those sales go away. Like that's another way it hurts the economy. Also, at the same time, we talk about hurting the economy. Think about all these streamers were now going to be out of a job because you just hurt them. So you just basically threw a wrench in their gear. Guess what? Now they're out of work. They're out of a job, and it's probably going to be maybe a few weeks, 6 months, a year before they find more work. That's going to hit the economy too. Yep, all of that because hey, you're playing video games on stream. How dare you? Yeah, because it's good for business for everybody around. It keeps things relevant. It keeps things going. Hey, I want. And by the way, I hate it when people say, "Hey, you're playing a story-based video game. You're hurting the game. People are not going to want to buy the game." I understand if it's a movie or if it's a TV show, totally get that. On the other hand, if it's a video game, I have never went and go, hey, I watched somebody play that. I don't want to play that. It's always been, hey, I watched somebody play that. I want to play that. On the topic of music, it's always been, hey, I like that track. What song is that? Who sings that? Hey, I'm gonna go buy that track. Straight up. So yeah, I just want to throw this out here that what this what Mr. Alex Hutchinson was saying was straight up just bad. Just bad take, bad ideas, bad mindset, just all around just bad. And even his own colleagues were calling him out and just like, no, that's bad. That's bad, fam. So like, nah, we can't be having this. This is bull. So yeah, I couldn't not make a video about this. So anyway, if you like this video, if you like what I do, go ahead and subscribe and click all the little links down below if you want to find me doing my usual thing on a daily or weekly basis, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.